All right, let's open our Pixma, our Canon Pixma. This is the TS7444OA. Let's open and see what it comes with. All right, we've got a small box. All right, these are the manuals. There is a disc for installation, but I'm sure we can get the drivers on the internet, so there won't be any need for that. There is also a manual, and then in this small box we have the power cable. Yeah, it's long enough. It's long enough. It's a 2-pin one. All right, let's open now. Okay, here what do we have? Oh yeah, okay, so it comes with the cartridge, it comes with the ink. So we have the black one and the color one. I'll put the specs in the description. Okay, now let's see the printer. Let's open and see. This printer does not come with the USB cable, but you can connect with Wi-Fi. You can connect wirelessly, but you can always buy a USB cable at your nearest computer shop. All right, there is our printer. Okay, let's open and see. So let's remove the protective paper. And all those red tapes that you see is to make sure that it doesn't open. So we can just go ahead and remove those red tapes. They're just there for protection as it's being shipped. Okay, let's remove the red tapes. There is our printer. So that's where you do your photocopying. And let's remove more tape. They put all these tapes on all the parts that open, so as to make sure that doesn't open while being transported. So there is our printer. Right, it can photocopy up to A4, as you can see with the size. And then there is our paper tray. That's where you put your paper. And then that's the inside. That's under the photocopying bay where you put your ink. All right, and then now let's power up our printer. There is our power cable. Let's put it in. The one that comes with the printer. And then let's turn on our printer now to see if it's working. There is the on button. So this will take a little bit of time, so just wait for it to turn on. It's a little bit noisy. Okay. Our printer is on now. So let's put our ink. So if you open, and then we'll remove the protective cover for the ink. Let's open. Okay, and then we'll start with that one, the color one. And then there's a tape at the bottom of the ink. You remove, but don't touch the bottom parts. All right, and then we lock it. And then we do the same for the black one, for the black ink. Okay, I'll put the specs of the ink in the description together with the rest of the specifications. Okay, the black one, let's install and lock it in. Perfect. All right, now let's close and see if our printer will print. So we have seen the hardware. Now let's talk about the specs and what this Canon Pixma TS7440A can do practically. So I've written some notes here on my notebook, so you see me looking at the notes so that I won't skip anything. So as always, give us a thumbs up if you are enjoying the video, and make sure to watch the video till the end. So with this printer, you can print, you can scan, and you can also photocopy, and it also has Wi-Fi capabilities, so you can also print from multiple computers, and it will act like a pool printer. It also has auto duplex printing, but only on A4 and A5 plain paper only. And you can also do borderless printing, but not on all papers. And the list of papers that are compatible with this printer is quite large. So I'm going to list all the papers you can print, of all the types of papers you can print on in the description. So just go down there and read the description. You'll find the list of all the paper types that you can print on. And I'll also put some of the specifications that I will not mention here. Just go on the description and you'll see a full list of all the specifications on this printer. Now let's talk about the quality of the work or the results that you get after printing. So there are three options to choose from. You can choose the best quality, but obviously you'll be using more ink. And you can choose the intermediate one, whereby it balances between ink consumption and the quality that you produce. And then there's another lower one, maybe if you are printing something that does not really need any quality. So there are those three options. So it's all up to you. You are the one who choose the quality that you want to get on your copies. But if you set it to the best quality that you can get with that printer, the images are quite okay. If you're printing on photo paper, you get very good images. Even on bond paper as well, you get excellent quality. But if you lower the quality, obviously you have less quality. And now let's talk about the consumption, the ink consumption. This is an inkjet printer, so obviously it's not really economic, all right? If you are printing on black and white with the standard cartridge, you get about 180 when you're printing on plain paper. And then color as well, you get around 170 on plain paper. And then if you're printing photos, you get about 70 photos when you're printing color. And then if it's black and white photos, you get about 1,200 to 1,400. Obviously, it depends with the details that will be on your photos. But on average, that is the consumption that you should expect when you're using this printer. And when I was reading some reviews, I realized that people were complaining much about the consumption, but I realized that when you don't pick the right paper that you're printing on, you have problems on consumption. For example, if you want to print on plain paper and then you don't change from photo paper, you use more ink. So every time you print, you have to change the paper type to the one that you want to print on. Because obviously, if it's printing on photo paper, it will use more ink because that photo paper is thicker than our plain bond paper. So be aware of that when you're doing any printing. Change the paper type so as to improve your consumption. One of the major drawbacks that I've seen on this printer is the speed. It's quite slow. It's very slow. But if you're looking at the price now, the price of this printer, it will balance. It's pretty cheap. It's around $150. So you will not expect to get a very high printer. And for its size, it's also a little bit noisy. There is a lot of noise. There are a lot of moving parts, obviously, inside the printer. But for its size, the noise that it produces is not really it doesn't really balance with the printer. And with that being said, this printer is suitable for maybe a small office or for home use. You can't really do anything commercial with this printer. The speeds are way too slow for you to maybe open a photocopying shop with it. If it's home use, you get very good results. So this is it. This is our Canon Pixma TS7440A. Let us know what you think in the comment section. If you have used this printer before, or if you are planning to buy a printer like this. And as always, give us a thumbs up if you have liked this video. And if this was your first time coming to this channel, go down there and click on subscribe, and also hit that bell so that you get a notification the moment we post a new video. My name is the Duke of Tech. See you on the next one.